What is up, y'all? I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I recently picked up in the mail. It's super cool. I've been waiting forever to get this kind of thing, and the prices finally came down because I remember a couple years ago you couldn't get one of these for under $100. This is a wireless Apple CarPlay adapter. Take a good look at that. So this specific brand is called Six River. I'm over here in Germany, so you know how depending on the region you're in, certain things have certain names, but you can get the same thing in the US. I think it's just called something else, but it's essentially the same thing. What this does is those of you with Alphas out there, or any car really that's made from like 2015 and up, it has CarPlay in your car that uses a wire, like a USB wire, like this. Basically, this allows you to chuck this thing away, plug this in its place, connect your phone to this, and now you have wireless Apple CarPlay like the cars that are brand new come with from the factory, or can come with from the factory. This is an absolute game changer. I already tried it. I was so anxious to try it that when I got it out of the Amazon box, I just unboxed it, put it in my car, hooked it up. It literally took me 45 seconds to get this thing running. You don't need anything fancy downloaded on your phone. I think there's an app that you can download to help optimize how to use this, but you don't have to do that. All you need to do is connect this into your car via USB. Search for the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connections on your phone to this device. It'll show up as something dongle, CarPlay dongle. I think that's what it shows up as. And then you're good to go. And then it looks and acts exactly as smooth as if you were using a regular wired connection, which is hard to believe because it's hard to beat a regular wired connection. But for real, this thing is the truth. Let me unbox it for you real quick. It's a nice little box, whatever. Comes with the owner's manual, user's manual right here. Some instructions. Talks about the adapter that it's got on the back. I'll show you guys that here shortly. So this is the actual device. Not much, right? Let me show you that. Hopefully you can see that. I know it's kind of dark. Not much. That's the actual device. And it also comes, for those of you guys that have even newer vehicles with a USB-C connector, right? It comes with USB-C, USB-A to USB-C connection. So if you had a newer car, you could just plug these two things in right here. This one. I never know which way to plug these USB-C things in, right? And then you can plug it into your newer car. All right, y'all, for the road test of the wireless Apple CarPlay system, there's just a few things to point out. Number one, you have to have CarPlay installed already in the car, like from the factory. I don't know how this will mesh with an aftermarket installation of CarPlay. I have no idea. I assume it shouldn't be too much different, but this is for people with the 2017 through 2019 Alfa Romeo Giulias that did not come with, and Stelvios that did not come with the wireless CarPlay option, but had CarPlay already installed through the means of a USB wire. So you have to have it already installed. That's number one. Number two, which is very important, which is probably going to trip the majority of people up when it comes to this, and really it's the only con of the entire system, is you have to have Wi-Fi disabled on your phone. So you can't have any other Wi-Fi connections running on your phone while you're using this CarPlay dongle. I don't know why that is. That's just the programming of this software and hardware. I guess it has to establish that, that Wi-Fi band in order to connect from your phone to the dongle to the car. I really don't know. But I was sitting in a parking lot for 15 minutes the other day, and I was I was frustrated because I came out of the Burger King that I was at, and I couldn't get the wireless CarPlay to work right when it had just worked right for several hours on the road. And you know, I remembered that, hey, Wi-Fi plays a big deal in troubleshooting, and actually listed by the seller in the Amazon information details of the product, it says right there that you need to disable any other Wi-Fi connections while using this. As far as the last kind of con is leaving this thing plugged in. So I left it plugged in overnight because I thought that it would disconnect from the car and eventually turn off. And I think that it does. It just doesn't turn off right away. And I'm not exactly sure at what point in time that the dongle turns off after you know, get out of the car, close the door, and lock the car. And I'm really not trying to find out because I don't want to wake up and go to, you know, get ready, be ready to go to work and have a dead battery. So I just unplug the device whenever I'm done with the car for the day. I unplug the device, and then in the morning when I'm ready to go, I plug it back in. And when I get to work, I'll unplug it as well, because usually I work for 8-ish hours. Because I just don't feel like dealing with a dead battery or some parasitic drain. But for those of you who don't have battery issues or aren't really worried about that because you have a different car that has a really big, good, reliable battery, then that probably shouldn't be a thing, and you can leave this plugged in all the time. Other than that, I mean, like I said, I really enjoy this system. I'm kind of wondering how I went so long without this modification. It's so simple, it's so easy, it was so quick to use, and it's been so good. I actually just got back from a 12-hour total round trip to Paris and back, and I used this system the whole time. I had crystal clear audio, crystal clear Apple CarPlay, no issues at all except for the time when I was trying to figure out the connectivity issues. Other than that, it has been hands down super reliable, and I would never ever go back to wired Apple CarPlay. It's one of the worst things in the world. I'm really glad that I can just put this away in my bag of like old technology stuff and rock with the wireless Apple CarPlay. Go check it out. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I bought this all in my own cash. I just think it is a game changer, 100%. And like I said, a year or two ago when I was first looking at these, at least for the Alfa Romeo, they were like $100-200. This was $60. This was $60 next day shipping over here in Germany. So I could only imagine the deals y'all will get back in the States. So go check it out. Hope it works just as well for you as it did for me. And yeah, see you in the next video. Peace.